Today, we're going to cover the WorldLibertyFi WLFI ecosystem, the USD1 stablecoin ecosystem. I will cover my current position on WLFI and why I believe this is still going to be one of the best performers, especially given that it's in the top 30 coin rankings. I think among that list, this is probably the best bet. That's why I've been talking about it so much. I'll show you my current setup for the trade on it. And we will extend that a bit into the WLFI ecosystem with their related altcoins. Some of them we have already covered before, whereas others are more so integrating with USD1 for their ICOs. And I think that's really interesting, not because ICOs are super special, but because this cycle's regulation from Project Crypto is finally turning around for ICOs, and we can actually have new projects doing public sales with all the tokens start to be released on TGE, and anyone can participate. And we're seeing quite a few of these projects perform really well from their public sale valuations. So I'll show you a bunch of these, some of which are using USD1. Others are just plain old ICOs that I'm watching. And all of these are public sales, like I said, that anyone can invest in. You can do the exact same thing I'm doing. So this is a really good meta. This is something I've been waiting for it to happen again since the SEC announced Project Crypto, and we're starting to see it. So very fair approach for new projects to launch. So I'm very excited about it. Okay. If you're new here to the channel, welcome. Please leave your questions and comments in the chat section, and we will do a Q&A at the very end. Let's just get straight into it. And first off, I'm going to show you my current setup on World Liberty, WLFI. So I'm really waiting for us to confirm this hold of the support around 20 to 21 cents. I've been watching this area and tweeting about it and talking about it in my Telegram trade channel for a while. So you can follow my entire trade thread here. So I've quote tweeted myself every time. Basically, the gist here is 20 cents is the key level where the treasury company Alt5 Sigma, their entry is at 20 cents. So basically, this is the Trump family office and their own capital. So in order for them to really market this as a success and essentially bring more institutional demand, it has to be at least holding above their treasury level. Otherwise, they go below the MNAV, and that's not a good scenario. So combining with that, we have the uptrend that's currently formed. Technically, low, high, higher, low. We need a new higher high here. So we want this to be respected, which it is starting to show a little bit here. And we want the next high to take out this range between 23 to 25 cents. So that's roughly the gist I have laid out here, where as long as we hold above, let's say 20 cents, just for the next week, we should expect a push up towards 25 cents. And then if that can be broken, then clearly there's an uptrend. And time is really in our favor here because we are in an alt season. Okay, I will continue to repeat this every time. Bitcoin is in an uptrend. Okay, as we speak, it's 115K, and the next time that it goes up to revisit, 119, 120K, also gonna pump. And I know that because Bitcoin dominance is continuing to go down, as you see right here. Weekly time frame, ever since we broke down from here, it has been down only for every week after week. So as long as this maintains, altcoins are good. You don't even need any altcoin to specifically do anything super different. As long as they can maintain, we just need to hold those levels until the next time Bitcoin pumps. Because when that happens, most large cap altcoins will pump. This has been my base case, and it has worked out really well. We have already seen Ethereum pump, Solana, XRP, BNB, Hyperliquid, We've seen AVAX start to move, SUI, Link. So World Liberty currently is already at the 29th largest altcoin, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just go up here. Yeah, so 29th. And among this list, okay, you guys know my altcoin season plan here. I'm currently allocated to about the top 15 coins up until the last one I picked up was AVAX. So Stellar, AVAX, SUI. I haven't opened any Hedera position yet. But very soon, after all of these have pumped, we will start to move into the top 30s. And then I even tweeted about last week where we've seen even Polkadot start to move. And nobody uses Polkadot now. And Kronos, right? Kronos has already pumped. Mantle has already started to move. So it's moving into that range of top 30s quite soon. And even if you're not bullish on World Liberty per se, just think about what status it's at. It's the latest launched coin. Okay, it has the lowest amount of float compared to total market cap in the top 30 rankings, which are the next to get the rotation in altcoin season when money flows into the next tier. And it's the shiny new coin. And yes, there is currently 24.6% of supply circulating only. It's not a lot, but it's not tiny. And the real circulating supply there is about 7%, excluding like the Alpha Sigma Treasury Company and their points program rewards. And there's no vesting that's even able to come out until they do another governance proposal, which they don't plan to do anytime soon. So this is primed, in my opinion. Among the top 30s, people are going to be looking at what coins to pump as long as the market is good. And this is the shiny new one. So just think about last cycle when we were at this stage in 2021. What were the shiny new things that popped up in the top 30s? Think about how well those did during that period. So this is why I continue to hold World Liberty, not only because I think fundamentally it's quite strong, but also alt season is going to push it up as long as it maintains that like current levels. Okay. So that's on WLFI. I want to get straight into some of the ecosystem stuff because I think this is the most interesting. The way I think about ecosystem stuff for WLFI is really these are liquidation-free bets on WLFI performance, beta bets. So the two main ones that I have picked up before, like 2 months ago, and I continue to hold them, are Blockstreet and Dolomite. So I've covered both of these coins quite extensively. Blockstreet is going to be the main launchpad for USD1 on all the EVM chains. And they have just refreshed their whole pitch, their whole website here. You can check it out. So I will go into a little bit more in depth of why I believe so many projects, especially new projects, are leaning towards USD1 for their launch partner, for their liquidity. So we'll talk about that in a bit. We also have Dolomite. So this is probably going to be powering the WLFI lending borrowing platform in some sense, at least as an integration. So both of these have seen significant retrace. So Dolomite is about 50% down from the recent high, and Blockstreet is down a lot more, from 26 cents to now 5.4 cents. This is as good as you're going to get. Think about it as like a 3x leverage bet on WLFI. When WLFI goes down 10%, this goes down 3x as much. This is why we've seen this exponential growth in the early stages of this. So I still continue to hold this. I haven't sold any. If you are looking for liquidation-free leverage bet, I think these are your best bets right now because they are completely aligned with WLFI. Okay, so I want to piggyback off of that and look at the new rebrand of Blockstreet with their Launchpad and really give you my perspective on why a lot of Launchpads and a lot of new projects choose to launch with USD1 as their liquidity pair. So this cycle is really about institutions. Okay, you have a few areas that can benefit from institutions. So first off, Bitcoin, Ethereum, these are the real, Wall Street coins now. Literally, BlackRock is buying billions of dollars in Bitcoin and Ethereum. They're not buying really anything else at the moment. Maybe that can change with other ETFs by the end of this year. Maybe that goes into XRP, Solana, whatever. That's your first basket. And these coins are only limited to maybe top 20s. Really, when you look at BlackRock, like they don't even want to file any other spot ETF filings outside of Bitcoin and Ethereum. They have specifically said this before. So that basket is quite small because these coins need to have existed for a very long time, and they need to be at least like 10 billion plus in market cap for institutions to really try to take a stab at it, to pour hundreds of millions into it. So that's your first basket that benefits from institutions. The second is DeFi and stablecoins, particularly with issuing stablecoins and then getting a high arbitrage of yield in crypto vehicles. So this is why you see USD1, Ethena, USD.E. You see Tether recently just launched a new initiative for America-based Tether, USAT. You have Circle, you have just stablecoin in general is a big area, okay? And then you have RWA tokenization, for instance, right? This is another basket that they can stuff bigger amounts of liquidity into. And then you have the rest of the stuff that, when you talk about gaming, even AI as a narrative, and all the other small ones, they don't really have a clear fit with institutions at the moment, unless you're, very heavy DeFi and you can integrate with one of these like stablecoin providers. So that's why projects are really scrambling now to, in some way, get exposure to Wall Street. Crypto projects, I mean. Whether it's, they get connected to the right players to launch a digital asset treasury company, or they plug into a very established America-based USD stablecoin. Clearly, that's USD1. Or they get directly close to the administration so that they benefit from some of the upcoming regulations, such as with this Project Crypto stuff, with this one that I covered August 1st, so 1.5 months ago, where they specifically said we will make it friendly for automated market makers, DEXs, and ICOs, and super apps. So super apps is the key word here that not a lot of people expected. Projects like DeFi app, for instance, we have covered. If I can show it, yeah. So this is all-in-one application that they now can just apply for one license to offer lending, borrowing, trading, perps, fiat on-off ramp, bridges, everything included to the US markets for all states. So this is what the super app bill regulation is going to bring about. Everyone's trying to get very close to Wall Street because that's what's going to lead this market. And that's why I think a lot of people are just really looking for ways to get close to World Liberty, because World Liberty is Trump and USD1 is the most administration and regulation friendly stablecoin. Because it's Trump's stablecoin. So if you integrate USD1 and you're a core partner of theirs, I mean, that clearly puts you in a friendly basket. So back to Blockstreet. This is their whole direction going forward. They are going to be helping, on one side, grow the demand for USD1 by making it, giving it a ton of utility on chain by launching projects with their liquidity pools paired with USD1 across all the main chains. And on the project side, projects can actually get access to not only connections with the USD1 ecosystem, but also potentially Wall Street, potentially digital asset treasury companies. Because remember, the co-founder CEO, I believe, co-founder of Blockstreet, Matt Morgan. He is the chief investment officer at Alt5 Sigma, which is the big digital asset treasury company behind WLFI. So clear, symbiotic relationship there. So this is why a lot of projects are scrambling. On the Solana side, for instance, we are also seeing something very interesting with Bonk Fund. So World Liberty has been pushing a lot with Bonk, with Radium, where they will be incentivizing new memes, basically, that launch on Bonk Fund to pair with USD1 as liquidity. And when you trade these, you have higher rewards. Technically, like Solana degens, they don't really need this, in my opinion. But all of this, in my view, is because this is the institution's game, this cycle. And there are very few rails that allow you to onboard to American Wall Street-based institution. And World Liberty and that USD1 stablecoin is a clear path for this. And that's why everyone's scrambling right now. So back to the projects that we wanted to cover. I have already put out a small list that I've seen where projects are fully embracing USD1. So Blockstreet Dynamite we covered. There is one Launchpad that's been doing a lot of good stuff. That's BuildoPad. So BuildoPad is, so BuildoPad has not that many projects they've launched. I believe they've only launched 3 so far. Yeah, Sollayer, Sahara, which I have talked about, and Lombard that I just put a small check into. And soon they're going to be launching Falcon Finance. And these guys only launch a project every few months because they are exclusive to USD1 as the launch stablecoin that it's used to contribute. And these projects all raise a ton. So I believe the Lombard sale was oversubscribed by like 13x or something. And let's see right here. Here. So they raised, what is this? 86 million. Yeah, this is a pretty good relationship with USD1 where $86 million of USD1 were used to contribute to the sale. And they're going to be listing on some big exchanges. OKX have already announced. And World Liberty is giving them shout outs directly. So quick overview of this project. Lombard powers the LBTC tokenized Bitcoin on EVM chains, and it's currently the 4th largest tokenized Bitcoin, the Lombard staked BTC, at 1.37 billion market cap. This is only behind Wrap Bitcoin, Coinbase Bitcoin, and Binance Bitcoin. So actually very legitimate project. This isn't a Bitcoin L2, anything like that. They're really focused on this one asset. So pretty practical way to bring Bitcoin DeFi. Okay. The other project that's coming up on BuildoPad is Falcon Finance. This is even more interesting because Falcon Finance is directly incubated by DWF, and they received a big investment from World Liberty, if I'm not mistaken. If I can find it somewhere, I don't. It's getting lost here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've covered this before. So Falcon Finance is powering the USDF stablecoin, which also has just over 1 billion TVL at the moment. Yeah, 1.5 billion TVL of their stablecoin in circulation. And this is going to be a big project as well. And it's fully aligned with World Liberty with USD1. And they will be launching on BuildoPad as well. So the cool thing about BuildoPad is you can do all of these as public sales. You just need to sign up for an account and then you contribute. Like that's it. You don't have to do anything really special here. I'm doing it the same way. So I have already done this for one project before, Sahara AI. I've talked about it in June. And this is continuing continuing to hold pretty well. If I have the stats from before, yeah. So Hara AI, the launch FDV was 600 million in the public sale, and currently it's at 870 million, and it went as high as 1.5 billion. So AI project can't really go wrong with that. And look at the exchanges, right? Binance, Bybit, Upbit. So definitely high caliber projects coming from this Launchpad. Okay, so that's on Buildopad. The other few projects that are currently on my radar, BlockRock. So this is actually another interesting one. Again, it's directly incubated by WorldLibertyFi with Aqua One Foundation. So Aqua One is one of the largest investors in WLFI. They invested $100 million at a, I believe, 12.5 cents price as the OTC by the on-chain metrics. And I haven't dug into this too much. It's an RWA project. I don't know when they're going to launch, but definitely something that I'm going to be watching. Let me turn on the notifications here. And then the other one that I have looked at recently is Lorenzo. This one is particularly interesting, not because of their platform is very unique, but because they exclusively want to align with USD1. So they brand themselves as the main way to earn yield on USD1. And their flagship vault is a USD1 vault, where people deposit USD1 to mint this USD1 plus for more DeFi yield. Like that's basically the whole initiative behind their platform. So anyone that's closely aligned is what I'm interested in. There are other projects that integrate with USD1. A lot of the BNB chain DeFi projects, they do, but that's because most USD1 is on BNB chain. So those, I don't know how well they're going to integrate. But if for anyone that's very exclusive, these are the ones that's most interesting to me. Okay, and of course, you're going to have Bonk Fun. The Bonk meme coin Launchpad is going to be the main Solana Launchpad for USD1. Yeah, and a lot of good things are currently going for Bonk. So that's something to look into as well. But obviously, it's already at $2 billion FDV, so take it or leave it kind of situation. Okay, that's the World Liberty ecosystem. And I want to also give you some more other launchpads, other types of ICOs that you can participate in that I have been doing, simply because the market is good. So when the market is good, and especially when the SEC is fully turning around on ICOs, where in Project Crypto they said they want to make it exempt and have clear regulations for initial coin offerings. Like that doesn't get clearer than that. They literally said this on their website. Now is the time to be looking at good public sales. So how do you define a good public sale? They just have to perform well. You need to have like not a lottery format where you can only contribute like $100. The valuation needs to be fair. It needs to have good vesting. So you don't want to be like 1 year lockup, 1 year vesting. For a public investor, that's ridiculous. You want most of the tokens to come out on TGE. That's great. There are a few places for this. Obviously, Buildopad I've already talked about. The other one that have seen some good performance is Kaito's Capital Launchpad. The first one that has been that has done well on TGE is from this week. That's this one, the Boundless GK whatever. I don't even know what this project really does, to be fair. But they did a public sale. Okay. And the public sale terms are, if I can find it here. 50% unlock at TGE and 50% after 6 months. So this is fair. So you get half your tokens up front, half your tokens in 6 months. This is good enough for a public sale investor. And they raised $4 million, which means a lot of people could contribute. It's a decent amount for a public sale at a 290 million valuation. This coin is currently trading I can bring it up right here. Boundless. I think this is a really good sign of ICOs coming back, because look at this. It's trading at 900 million. And this morning, it was as high as 1.5 billion for a few hours. So for the people that claimed tokens in the first few hours, they were able to pocket like quite a big gain here, like 5x on the first half of your investment, which is, so if you had put in like $100, you would have gotten $250 upfront, and then 6 months later, whatever this coin might still be, but you're already in quite a decent profit. And this isn't, like $100. They've raised 4 million on this public round. So you can do the math yourself. Like, I didn't even participate in this, but I think this is a really good sign of what's to come. So I'm going to be watching the Kaito Capital Launchpad quite closely, as long as the terms are good, where I can get a good amount of tokens vested upfront, like 100% at TGE, great, because you don't have to wait that much. And right at launch, if prices are good, you can take profit. This is what public investors want. This is actually fair. So that's one. The other platform that I am really, fingers crossed, hoping that it makes a comeback is CoinList. So CoinList was really good in like 2017 and 2020, but for the past 3 years, it hasn't been that good. Mainly because their sales have been just terrible terms. They're usually too high valuation and long vesting. Finally, this latest one, the Intuition, had a good vesting and a good round. So I found the terms for it right here. So they were given two options. Option one was a 75 million FDV, fair, and you get half your tokens upfront and the other half over the following 12 months. Or you could even just opt for 85 million valuation and get 100% of your tokens upfront. Like, this is totally fair. And there's also a very healthy purchase limit. You can buy up to 250K for public investors. No strings attached. Like, this is really good. I wish I have seen this before, but I believe this one is closed already. But we haven't been able to see these kinds of terms on CoinList for a while. I think this is most likely because Project Crypto, because the ICO rules are getting changed. And CoinList is a US-based platform, but they specifically block out US investors. So CoinList, if you didn't know, is founded by AngelList, sister company, and Naval is the main founder of this, for some context. So here, 25 million trust tokens for this was 2 million raised. Yeah, so a lot of people could have contributed to this. So this coin hasn't launched yet, so maybe it will be very bad valuation at launch. But if this even does good when it does listing, let's say it's just like 2-3x above, that's still really good because people are getting 100% unlock on TGE. So these are like totally transparent, terms that anyone can get into, which we haven't seen for a while. So these are some of the stuff I'm really excited about for ICOs, and just literally, public token sales. And last one that I have covered before is USD.AI. This isn't exactly a public sale per se. You do have to deposit stablecoins to farm first. Taiki has a really good tutorial on this where he's farming USDC on there to earn allocation into this USD.AI. So the gist of it here is USD.AI is this stablecoin that's powered by DePIN yield, GPU yield, and by farming with USDC or other stables, you earn allocation. So you can either get a smaller amount of allocation as a free airdrop, or you can get a larger amount of allocation as a ICO format where you earn allocation that you can later on purchase. I'm waiting for the next time that this cap is lifted so I can deposit more USDC in here. This is more so if you have some capital lying around. But very similar concept to Solfon, the farm that we did in from early 2024 to early 2025, which yielded about a 2x. This is a similar concept where you deposit stables to earn allocation at a very favorable valuation. That's the gist of it. Okay. Yeah, so all of the projects I have covered today are public projects. I think that's the core takeaway here. Project Crypto and their new regulation, their rules to open up initial coin offerings again is really friendly for retail. We want to see more and more projects going this way where they're raising, a large community round where anyone can participate, get most of the tokens up front and still make 2 to 3x gains. These are like 2017 vibes. And this is something I'm very excited about because it's much more aligned for me and with our audience as well, because I can contribute to the same thing that you guys contribute to. And it's just a lot more fair. Okay. That's about it. So that's everything I wanted to. Oh yeah, there's one other, not exactly ICO, but I have covered this before. So there is this project called Avantis. I didn't invest in this. I don't think anyone should be buying this after such a pump, but these kind of things are happening. So Avantis is this perp DEX that's backed by Pantera, backed by Base, basically perp DEX. It's not that popular. It's nothing close to Hyperliquid levels. It's like maybe top 10 perp DEX, but their token did really well. So it launched at around 200 million FDV and it went to like 1.3 billion this week. Pretty nuts. We haven't seen these types of performance for new perp DEXs for a while. So this sparked my interest to go farm lighter points again. So I have talked about farming lighter points about 2 months ago. So lighter is the main competitor to Hyperliquid in the sense that they have a very similar audience. They serve a very similar type of trader who trade on chain with no KYC. And they have a very similar points program that really aims to reward early traders at the moment because they're in beta. So all you need to do is like do your trading on this platform and you earn points. And the points are very generous. People are saying that they're going to be, airdropping like 20 to 25% of the tokens for points on TGE. Don't quote me on that, but these are some of the terms I've seen floated around from their Discord. And that's going to be pretty big because Lighter has way more hype than like this Avantis perp DEX. And even this is at 1.2 billion at the moment. So I think Lighter is going to be a $1 billion project, which makes those 10-20% airdrop like 100-200 million. So going to be a big event. Highly recommend you guys to check out Lighter and farm on there. There's really nothing to buy. I have traded a lot on here as well. So just if you already know how to trade on Hyperliquid, try Lighter out. You shouldn't put too much money on this. I mainly still trade on Hyperliquid for on-chain perps, but I do a decent amount of volume on Lighter as well, just so that I get those extra points, because I think the points are going to be worth quite a bit given how the market is going and how perp DEX's tokens are doing well again. Okay, that's the last one that I wanted to cover that I think is a good opportunity that anyone can get into right now. Thank you guys for joining the live stream. Before I go, 2 things you should check out. First of all, our Pionex trading bots with our tutorial linked down below, and you can find my current trade setups with support and resistance levels for the next 1 to 3 months, the positions I'm holding. That also ties into my 100K trading challenge, which is doing pretty well. And check our X account at VirtualBacon0x, where I'm going to be posting a lot more regular updates when it comes to, World Liberty, when I'm buying, when I expect the next support and resistance levels to be, and especially new ICOs, new public sales, as they are much quicker to be shared on X in these text format. Okay, that is it. Thank you for joining, and I will see you on the next video and next live stream.